situated.
All right. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. Today.
Okay,
Maggie's been sick.
Oh.
I just took a tequila shot though.
Are you back?
So I'm back for this.
Are you back on? Okay,
I'm not used to
Literally,
the-
though, Maggie was like, "You guys suck ass. I'm gonna take a tequila shot and get back on the intro."
Welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devin.
I'm Brittany.
And Devin.
And
Who's this?
today we are joined by my sister, Lexi.
Hey guys.
I'm scared.
And Lexi is our expert in service industry today. We thought it'd be fun to talk about crazy ass service industry stories.
We've been waiting for this for literally years.
Yeah,
like,
we've
you've been on the
been-
list.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, finally, we're doing a staycation at my house. But
Perfect
of
timing.
all the guests in my life that we could have used, Lexi's the most interesting, I think. So,
Thank you.
So nice of her.
That is
well, I
so
know
nice. That's the
Mom
nicest
was
thing.
probably like chomping at the bit to be on the podcast.
Yeah, your mom's
too.
listening right now.
Well,
like, damn.
we do have the lore of Christy and her whole family.
Next time we can talk about her trauma. I feel like my mom has a lot of like trauma, but
I mean, she'll deny that and be like, "No, I don't."
maybe she would like to hear it as lore.
My mom
not
wants
trauma.
like a happy mom episode.
Yeah.
Like where we have our moms on at the same time.
that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
But we could like plan that in the future. Your mom could like drive
Oh,
up.
even in person? Yeah.
Yeah, and we could all do it, and then we could like go to dinner after, and then she
That
could
would
drive
be-
home after
that
or
would be
something.
way better,
That
yeah.
would be so cute. I think my mom would love your mom.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and my mom, like, she's like, when are you gonna have me on? You keep saying.
You were teasing her.
But this is a great start.
Yeah.
We're so
Yeah.
excited. How long have you been serving?
8 years.
Did you host first?
Nope.
You want to talk about how you
How'd
got
you get out
in?
of that?
Yeah.
Well, my dad shipped me off to Idaho to work at my
Oh.
uncle's bar.
My uncle Mark owned a bar in Idaho.
Yeah. So yeah,
Who would
I was-
obviously hire her. Nepotism. The reason she's a server is
You
nepotism.
got to skip
That
the
is
hosting
nepo
phase due to
baby.
nepotism.
literally how you get anywhere in life is nepotism.
Yeah, you have to know somebody.
It's how you're on a podcast right now. Nepotism. Like she's a huge beneficiary of nepotism.
Yeah. So yeah, I told my dad I wasn't going to go to Idaho. I changed my mind, and then I totaled my car.
Willow.
Oh, you took okay.
Yeah, so I had no choice but to do what he wanted me to do.
Yeah.
So I got a
were
new
you
car,
scared
and then,
to
I was
serve?
terrified. I was so scared. I didn't even know how to talk to
Did you do
anybody.
training first there?
So I started bartending and serving.
What?
Yeah.
That's both.
Wait, how old were you?
23?
Oh, okay.
No,
So you were,
21,
like, above.
22.
Hi.
Because I had my 22nd birthday. in
But
Idaho.
also it's funny
You were
that
allowed to
like
bartend.
because
It's hot.
you
oh my
I think it's just a tequila talking.
That's
because
what I-
yeah.
it's hitting your blood.
I'm like really good, Tom.
Like it's funny that
And you're,
you
like, fully
say
clothed.
that you felt like you had to go to Idaho
Yeah.
because you totaled your car, whatever. I would not. I don't care what my parents were saying that I had to do. I would never
not
be
going to
forced
Idaho.
into doing something. Like my dad used to, like when Lexi would have sleepovers after I was 16. There's a couple times he came in my room because he was drinking with his friends and everybody was all at my house and Lexi's friends were there. And he'd be like, Devin, I'll pay you $100 if you take your sister TPing. And I'd be like, no, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. Like I
know, and he's
cannot
like,
be
how
forced.
could she not do that?
Yeah,
It's
so
$100.
he learned
I feel like
early that
there's a
he
lot
can't
of-
make me do anything.
There's always a sibling that like really won't do
Oh, Devin will
anything,
not.
and then the other ones
And I'll do it. Yeah.
are like, "Dad asked me to jump off the roof." Like, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's Lexi.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Remember Carrie asked you to go buy her cigarettes, and you're like, no.
I was afraid to buy alcohol until I was like
Yeah, I
27.
hate buying
You think I
cigarettes.
would buy
I don't know how to
cigarettes at
pronounce it.
19? No
Yeah,
way.
like-
No.
Yeah.
Marble or
Yeah.
short? Yeah, I'm like, I
I'm
don't know
pretty
how to
sure that
fucking
I
pronounce
went
that.
and bought them though because I
think you
have a
did.
memory of being like
I think you did.
Marlboro,
Yeah.
like having to say
I
it
think you
and like
finally gave in and
yeah,
did it.
because I wanted her to
That's so
like
funny.
because
Yeah, Devin would say no, and they're like, you're a brat.
yeah, it's
You're
like
a
no, I'm
spoiled
just
brat.
scared.
It's like, no, she just doesn't want to do it.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Just because
Yeah.
Paige wants to does everything.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Devin, you have to drive home. We're all drunk. No, I don't want to drive home.
yeah. That was always my
That one is
thing,
a
too.
safety one though. That's a good one to do.
Yeah, but I was
Instead of
afraid.
drunk
It was always when
drivers.
we were in Boise.
Yeah, she
and
didn't know the
I was
roads.
afraid of driving on the freeway in
Oh.
Boise. Like,
That's understandable.
yeah.
Totally.
It's still better than a drunk driver.
I also,
Yeah.
I didn't move states, but I was like, I need a fresh start when I started serving. So I literally applied to a restaurant that was like 45 minutes away from my house.
What
and I
the
was like,
fuck?
Why? That's crazy.
I don't like in
Like,
my head.
especially after a full
would
night
never.
shift.
I know it's because like
It's
like the town's so small where it'd be like I'd run into anyone from my high school no matter where I was, and I liked the idea of like working somewhere with like new people and new
Yeah.
high schools that would
You
end
can
up
like
being
make
there.
mistakes and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, or like just a new thing.
Yeah.
So I also liked because my anxiety, I have like this thing of like if I feel behind in something that I'm like not down for it. That makes me way more anxious. So a new restaurant was opening, like a brand new restaurant, and I was
Yes,
like,
that's how cool-
oh
yeah.
my god, I would love this because like I'm starting on the same page as everyone else.
Yeah,
like even
same
though I've never
footing.
done this before, it was like my first real job. So I was like, I'm on the same page, and it was so fun to like start and open a restaurant all together and like have that community of everyone who started at the same time was
yeah.
so much fun.
I got so lucky with that.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing I learned from serving is that there's so many types of people who you would see on the street and you would never think that you would be friends with them in a million years, and then like you're all so close.
Totally.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
So your uncle opened up a new restaurant.
No, he had a sports bar
Okay.
in Boise. So, and me and my uncle weren't even close at the time at all. And my
Really?
dad- like they were scared for me to move in
Oh,
with him.
That's
He was
scary.
like, I'm so scared. I don't know how this is going to go.
Your uncle is scared?
Yeah. Because they didn't really know me that
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess I'll do this for my brother
Yeah.
and my niece, whatever. But like, we don't know how this
Yeah.
is going to go.
And also, that's giving you a lot of trust, like putting a lot of trust in your niece that you haven't spent that much time
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Like I'm best friends with my cousin, but not
Yeah.
him.
Right.
And so me and my dad drove up there in my new car. And then my dad flew home. So I kept my car there so I could drive. And me and my uncle ended up having the best time of our lives.
Aw, that's
Like
so fun.
my dad came and visited and he was like, I feel like you're closer to Mark than me now.
Oh,
It's like, this is not
how
fair.
long were you there?
Only 6 weeks.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy.
But then when I applied at Cold Beers when they were opening, my uncle said, I will lie and say you worked here for 5 months.
nice.
And his partner said he would lie too if they called him. So I put that I worked at a sports bar for 5 months.
That is also something
And
I
then
learned
they-
is like I was like, oh, I have to hostess first because I didn't serve, but like so many people just lied on the application and said that they had
Well,
service
yeah,
experience.
it's like that problem of like you need to have experience in
Yeah.
order to be hired, but how do you get experience
classic,
if nobody hires you?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. Literally impossible.
It's
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why my dad's
so
like,
you
just
lie
go.
and then you come in with confidence and you just have to fake it.
Yeah. So that's what Aaron did. He lied to get the server job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
they're-
my dad so badly wanted Lexi to be like a server.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's so
Did he serve?
bizarre. No.
No.
Really?
He's
So
like, it'll
why
give
was
you
he, like,
experience
so-
and confidence. You need to serve. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Why did
Like
he
he
think
pushed me
that
harder
was
than
the
me going to
way?
school. Like he
Our
pushed me
drunk
serving.
patrons.
Huh?
He's like, you need to serve, not the country, the drunk patrons.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
He was
really
so
funny.
adamant of me being a server.
Wait, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And now that
Especially
I'm
if
still a
he
server
didn't.
8 years later, he's like,
Well,
fuck
what's
are you
funny is
doing?
like no one else in our family
You were really
needed that
excited about
experience. No one
this.
else in my family had that experience to enable us to get somewhere
Your mom
else.
didn't
Like,
serve ever?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay. My sister did at
crazy.
Texas Roadhouse and we like
Okay.
loved visiting her and like she'd bring us home rolls all the time and she made
Yeah.
good money. So I got to see like, oh, that's so nice. You could come home with $100 and you bring it home physically
Yes,
at the end
exactly.
of the
If
night.
you are in a pinch, you can pick up a shift real quick,
Uh-huh.
get $150,
And
That's
it's super
nice.
nice.
or I'll be like, I want to switch cuts. Like, let me stay longer. Or
Let me
you
leave
can-
early more realistically.
Yeah, once you have enough money, then I'm like, yeah, get me out of here. But my little sister hosted at Cold Beers too,
Oh yeah.
and she hated it
Yeah.
because she's shy.
I
I
tried
don't
it for
think
one
she's
day.
shy.
One day.
Serving. And I was like, not for me.
That's so interesting because you have the personality for it.
Mhm, I agree.
Yeah. I think it was probably just,
Like you couldn't take anybody's shit.
I feel like, yeah, you wouldn't put up with people's shit.
yeah, I don't know.
You don't like
I
to be
think that's
like,
how Logan was. She's not shy.
I think
it's
I
just
also
not
just
her.
like wasn't a fan of like the hours. Like I would
mhm.
like when I did jobs and stuff, I would do like internships like during the day
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
so
like do stuff because I was very like I didn't want to like miss my social time with my friends when like
Yeah.
everyone else was going out and stuff.
And that is such a thing with serving is your social time becomes your work
Yep.
friends because
Yep.
everyone's on the same schedules.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're off. Okay, let's go out
You
on a
make the
Monday.
most money on weekends
All the time when
Yeah.
everyone
So you
else
have
is
to
off.
work.
And then
Yeah.
I'm going out Monday night, Tuesday night, or like my big go out nights, and no one's really besides
Yeah.
your server friends.
Yep.
No one
Yeah.
else is going out on those nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so
Yeah,
fun.
Serving is definitely a
Did you
lifestyle.
think you were gonna do it for 8 years?
No, but I love it.
Yeah.
And if I ever got fired from there, I would never go find another serving job.
Oh, so you love it specifically there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I opened that restaurant, and I was so comfortable. Like I can't imagine going into a new restaurant and like having
Yeah.
to learn everything with new people who have already been there.
I
Hell
know.
no.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm like, I really miss serving. Like it would be so fun. Like the socialness of it. I
is,
like
yeah.
crave that socialness. And even like not even the coworkers, but like talking to tables and stuff. It's so fun to
Yeah.
meet new people and whatnot. And you don't really get that in any other situation. But then I'm like, wait, I liked working at my restaurant. Like I don't
Yeah,
think I'd want to work at
exactly. Yeah.
another restaurant.
But if you went to a new restaurant, it would eventually become your
Yeah, it would.
restaurant.
Totally.
Like the way that like obviously trying something new is always scary at first, but like you were scared when you first started cold beers.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
and now you're
now all my lifelong friends are from.
yeah.
Cold
And it's like you
beers.
don't even need to think about the menu or anything
Oh,
like
no,
that.
yeah.
You got
I
it
could
all
go in
there.
there hungover, drunk as fuck. I could do anything. I can do it with my eyes closed.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's no stress for
That's
me.
crazy that both of you started at new restaurants or like new
That is interesting.
like first time opening kind of thing. Did you have like new boss? Like were they new to kind of being a manager or like did they have good experience?
I think they came from different cold beers because we've had
Okay.
Oh.
we had like 7 open already.
yeah.
So we all trained at different locations before we
Oh.
opened our store.
There's
Oh.
7 open?
Oh, there's like
there's
12
more,
now.
yeah.
Holy shit.
There's one
I
in
didn't know
Texas
that.
now. They're trying to get some of us to move to Texas to help them open the store.
Would
Could you
do
go
that
to
for a
just
little
train
bit?
and then come back?
This girl Annalise, who I work with, she just flew out there for 5 days. They flew her out and had her. She worked.
Wait,
pay
you
more
should
money
totally
to
do
train
that for a
next
little
year.
vacation.
Is it in Austin?
It's not in Austin. It's
Dallas?
No,
Is
not
it in
Dallas.
Kingsland?
I can't.
Wait,
I
I'm
could
looking
look
this up
it
because I swear to God, like it's near
But
my
she's-
dad's house.
said that they only have one. Like this GM works all day every day. It's a shit show. They
What's
have
it called?
no
Cold
one.
beers.
Would they pay you more
And
to like
cheeseburgers.
train to go to it?
So not trained. She just goes there to help work out because they don't have enough workers. And she said all the girls that are working
Oh.
there are so rude to her, and they're like, "We hate the Arizona girls.
Oh,
This is our store."
This is the thing. Girls need to stop being mean to other
I know,
girls.
I'm
Like,
like-
what the fuck?
agree.
You are all in this together. Like, why are we
Yeah.
having to like segment everyone like Arizona girls versus the Texas girls? Like, no, you're
No,
all
that's
cold beers
weird.
girls. Like,
Yeah,
you're all
exactly. And she
family.
it's not like she is coming to step on your toes. They asked her to come in
Mm-hmm.
to help, so she did.
Yeah.
And yeah, they paid for her to go, but I don't think they paid her extra. She worked 5 days, 12-hour shifts,
Wow.
doubles. And she said that they
That's
gave
not-
her 12 table sections.
Do they pay for the flight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the hotel.
Okay, that's.
But she's
good
like,
at
all
least,
the
but-
girls that worked there had like 5 section tables, and they gave the girls from Arizona 12 table sections. She's like, I just got fucked.
That is horrible.
And I'm like, yeah, because a normal shift for me is like 10 to 12 tables.
Yeah, for sure. There's these 2 guys and they're like in their 50s, probably late 40s. And they already had like fast casual restaurants of a burger place and a salad place like separately. And then they were like, we want to open a new fully sit down one that kind of combines them
Oh,
all.
okay.
So like
Yeah.
my family already loved the salad place. Like we'd go there all the time. So when I saw that it was those same owners opening it, I was like, oh yes, this
Yeah.
would be so great. And they were the best like owners ever. Like they were so nice. They'd always come in like and be so encouraging to me. Like
Really?
yeah, like his name's Paulo. I love him so much. All the girls loved him. And he'd literally just like be all the time like, keep your smile up. Everyone
Paulo
needs to
makes
be
you
more
a
like
princess.
you. Yeah.
Princess Diaries.
Yes.
It's I think I've gone through over like 30 managers in 8 years.
Oh yeah, managers
30.
are
Lexi
different.
has mental
Managers are
breakdowns
horrible.
over managers quitting.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
where
I
were
guess-
we? We were traveling.
Disney World.
Yeah, and she was like
Your
having
manager
Crazy
quit?
story.
My only manager left that I was close with, my friend texted me and said,
You were
"Megan's
crying
quitting."
in Epcot, huh?
Yeah,
or
I was
Epcot.
crying. Yeah.
That's why you didn't like Epcot.
Yeah.
We're like, it's
I
okay,
started
Lexi.
crying.
Like,
It was
No.
because my
A manager makes the world of a difference. Like no
Yeah.
matter what
if you can
industry
be
you're
comfortable
in.
and talk to them, like,
They're
and she's the
horrible
only girl left that
sometimes.
I was close to because my GM, who I called my mom,
Aw.
like, I still text her and like, oh, she will always do everything for me, but she left, so I only had this one other girl manager left, and I called her my stepmom because she had to take Alicia's place, my GM's place, and then I found out she was leaving, and I just fucking was like, fuck.
Did she go to a different restaurant or
Just a new location. So at Cold Beers
they're
through
poaching.
Arizona, they like all get rotated all the time.
really?
Oh, that's so annoying.
The one in Texas is in Ulysse or something.
Yes, that's
outside of
it.
Dallas.
Yeah, I looked. Yeah, I couldn't tell, but yeah, it's
And they want to
near
open more.
Dallas.
They want to open one in Dallas.
There's
That would
not
make
one in
more
Florida.
sense.
I'm just totally making up that I went to one in Florida.
Yeah, there's
Cool.
no
It must have been cold
Interesting.
beer.
Beers
No,
and
cold
something else.
Red
cheeseburgers
Robin?
and cold beers.
No, it's not Red Robin.
We talked about this already, didn't we? Because I made that same comment.
Yeah. I just remembered the craziest story about my first manager.
Okay, tell it.
So we would always have parties, of course, after works and whatnot. And like,
Where at the restaurant?
No, at people's houses.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be vague slightly. Okay, at people's
Whose
houses.
house? What's the address? Oh, did you get that?
No.
At my boyfriend's house. And his best friend Aaron,
Her
who worked with me. That's how I met my husband. Is I worked with his best friend / roommate. So we would throw parties all the time at random people's houses, different houses each time. And our manager would like sometimes come, but she sometimes like she was young. I was 20. She was probably 35.
Yeah.
Ish. Maybe, yeah, ish. So we're all parties over, everyone's kind of chilling out, going to bed, everyone's in their individual bedrooms and whatnot. You know? And we start hearing some like outrageous moaning, like the loudest moaning that you'll like ever hear.
Ew.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, who is that? And we like think it's our other friends. Like maybe they're hooking up and we're like, oh my God, like our friends are hooking up. So we like go out of the room and we're like trying to find. And then our friends walk out and we're like,
Oh, it's not
oh,
you.
so it's not you.
Yeah.
They're like, who is that? We thought it was you. And we're like, no, who is it? Yeah, it turns out our manager was having a foursome in the bathroom
What?
with 3 other employees.
That is so insane.
Insane.
That's insane.
And we were all like
3
shook.
other employees.
3 other employees. We were like listening, but also like so shook. Like, so,
Did you
so
know
shook.
which 3 they were?
We deduced based on everyone else coming out of the rooms, like who was left.
Oh my
that
God.
is insane.
It was like so crazy. And then after that, it's like, okay, how am I supposed to take you seriously as
Yeah.
a manager when
Were
you're
they
literally
like
doing
the
that?
same age as you or closer to her age?
Mixed, both.
Jesus
One
Christ.
closer to her and one closer. 2 girls and 1 boy, 3 girls.
Wow.
Jesus.
Lucky
Wow.
guy.
Desperate.
Yeah, I just remembered that. That was
My
crazy.
server
That's
was
pretty
one of
insane.
my best friends serving was sleeping with our kitchen manager.
Typical.
And yeah, they like she would get there early when he opened because kitchen managers get there like 7 a.m. She'd get there and she had fucked him in the bathroom at Cold Beers.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Girls' bathroom or boys?
I don't know.
I'd
But-
like
If
to
it's
know
the
these things
girls.
before I come to the girls.
She had a boyfriend and he had a girlfriend and they're
Oh
having
my
like
God.
an affair. And she'd always go like in his car and like give him blowjob, you know, like all the stuff after work in the
Mhm.
Wait, what
parking
time
lot.
does Cold Beers open at?
11.
So she like got there early, like
Yeah, to
did
go
not
fuck
have to
him.
be there.
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't even working. Yeah.
Jesus, the dedication to
I
this.
know.
That is so funny.
And then my boyfriend at the time, I told him about this. And when we broke up, he went on Yelp and said, I know the server is fucking the kitchen manager.
Oh my God.
But like,
Did
who
anybody
cares?
say anything?
Oh, yeah, no, I got called in the office. But my manager knew what was my GM knew what was going on at the time with my boyfriend. So she said, there's only one person I think would be doing this. And I said, I'm sure. And she's like, you're not in trouble. But the kitchen manager like got looked into, was like, you need to file charges. I'm like, this is not your business, dude. I'm not going to file charges against him. Like,
Yeah.
I
kind
can't
of
even
is for
prove it's him.
business.
I mean, I know it is. It's
well,
a
I
made
don't
up
think
Yelp
you could
account.
do
But
for,
yeah,
you can't
sorry.
file charges for someone for writing a Yelp review.
Yeah. She's
I
like,
don't
he's
think-
messing with my life. I'm like, imagine my life, bitch. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, I got a restraining order on him, but that's all I can do. I'm not going to press charges.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're the one who did it.
Literally. I asked Cameron, I was like, what crazy stories do you remember that I'm forgetting? And he was like, I think just like that it was very common for everyone to just do drugs or have sex in the bathroom. Like that
during
was like
work?
During work, they'd get caught. And
My bartender,
How would they
I
be
know
able
she's
to
doing
do
drugs
that?
in the bathroom
Like,
all the time.
would they like
ours
if
had
two
single
servers,
stalls.
No, but like just like if they have a table and like
Shitty
the food's
servers, though,
waiting,
too.
like
You can go in the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I'd frequently take bathroom breaks.
Yeah. I go in the bathroom and smoke my Juul all the time.
But did people did you have like runners that would just take the food for you?
Yeah, or we would also be responsible for running. It's like if
you have
free
time.
and you have time, you do it. Yeah, some people like one dude. He got caught and got fired. He was doing low key, I think, like math in the bathroom.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
Lord.
had cooks be in the parking lot on fucking who knows what, and we're like chasing them around trying to get them back inside.
Back of the house is a different story.
Oh my god, we had a cook passed out in his car after doing meth. Like we had to wake him up. He was sweating with his shirt off. He was supposed to be working. Found him in his car, banging on his window.
Yeah, this cook I love, he'd always tell me, he's like, this is what will happen to your mouth if you do meth. Like, and he had like no teeth whatsoever. And he'd always like explain to me what
Was he like done?
Yeah,
like,
he was sober.
Oh, and he was like,
great. I loved him, but
that's
he used to do.
insane.
Devin, do you remember me telling you that story about the cook who got arrested at work and I had to stay at Cold Beers till CPS?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So this cook, he was a dishwasher. His baby mama showed up with his kid and they were sitting outside forever in the back. And she ended up coming up to our kitchen door, banging on it. He went out and I guess they got an altercation and the cops came and arrested both of them. So we then had the little girl.
Oh my god!
And
God,
we had to call our kitchen manager. He came. He woke up, brought all his kids there. We stayed there till about 1 a.m. waiting for officers to come take her.
God.
And we were just like giving her ice cream and playing with her.
That's so sad.
It was horrible. Like
That's so shitty.
That was so horrible.
Like, why do you need to arrest both of them? He had like scratches all over his face from the night before, so they were already got in an altercation. Came to work, was crying about it, and then she came banging on the door, like, "Take your child home." They were sitting on the curb outside.
Oh,
Do you
God.
know how they are now?
No.
Damn, that's so sad.
One of the servers is like, "I want to adopt her. I'll take her home."
At
Yeah,
least
that was
foster.
fucking crazy too. Just
That
like my
is
dishwasher
crazy.
cleaning bullets in the dish pit.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why did bullets? Aren't they done? Can they be used?
That's
again?
kind of what I was wondering. They need to be cleaned?
No, like his gun bullets.
Yeah,
but
they need to be cleaned.
I
I
guess
don't
maybe
know.
from the fingerprints, he doesn't want to keep.
Exactly. That's even more
Prints.
terrifying. Holy
Oh my
shit.
god!
Oh, he was terrifying.
I didn't think of it like that. That's
And
terrifying.
he used to show us his AR-15s.
That's
And we caught him
insane.
in the dish pit, and my kitchen manager goes, "Chris, you need to take those home. What the fuck are you doing? You can't do that." He goes, "What?" And he's like, "Take them home." He's like, "Okay, can I come back?" He's like, "Yeah, but this can't be on the property. Take them home."
We also asked you guys for your submissions of crazy stories, so we're gonna read them as well.
Should we do that? And then if anything triggers your
Yeah.
memory, we can
Yeah, I kind of
listen.
think so.
That's a good idea.
We've been talking for 25 minutes. Not in my house, but like in the video if you want. Lexi has a Juul addiction. If you guys have any thoughts or prayers or advice for her, please send it in. Gabby Wendy just
I'm
posted a
not ready
picture
to
of a
stop,
book
so
that's
I don't need
like
advice.
how to quit juuling.
Did you say not in my house?
Yeah, I was kidding, obviously.
Well, some people mean
That's
that.
me. My
Easy
sister.
way to quit vaping. If you guys have any money, you can donate so that we can buy this book for Lexi. That'd be great.
Well,
It's by
I'm not
Alan
gonna
Carr.
read it. I don't want to stop.
I have heard that you have
I'm
to be
just
at
kidding.
the point of like being like really disgusted with it. But
I have
this-
talked about getting the vapes that like are just like B12 or
Well,
some
but I
shit.
think it's the nicotine. So this guy that just quit, Zain Hijazi, I love him. He quit vaping and he like 3 pods a day. It was very intense.
Oh, I go through like
and-
a pod every 3 days.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he switched to nicotine gum to like help reduce, and then tried to lessen the gum, and that helped because
I
he
could
realized it
do
was
that and then get one because I love just the habit of it.
yeah.
It's like my ADHD.
Well, you have ADHD. Yeah.
So if I could get
Kristen.
like the a vape thing that's not actually nicotine and then use nicotine gum or something.
I used to try that with like a CBD pen instead of weed, and I'd be like, "Well, this isn't weed."
Yeah.
Like it's not the same.
Our stepbrother like quit alcohol and weed, and then his last one was to quit vaping.
Yeah,
And he tried for like he was off it like for like 5 days, and he was so sick because
and he was in the worst mood, depressed, like just irritable.
Did you watch
but
that
he's
Jewel
still doing
documentary?
it.
No.
Maybe
That
you
might get
should.
you.
I'm not
See,
going
maybe
to.
you
That
should
was
read
crazy.
this book, and then you can decide if you want to quit.
Big sister talk
I just
over.
hate like
You
how
have
I
to
can
want
see
to
the
quit to quit.
cloud, like especially like in my car, like I can smell it,
I
and
try
it's
not
like,
to do it in your car.
but you have before, and I
Yeah.
smell it and stuff, and it's like
I think people
it's still be around. Like Willow's breathing it in, like it's still like the chemicals. Like I don't want it, you know.
Yeah, it goes away really quick though.
Well, you can't do it on an airplane. There's reasons for that. See, I can see it.
Yeah, but it's not. You didn't smell it.
People have seen like Lexi's either Juul or like chargers in my house and videos and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my god, do not! You need to stop vaping." I'm like, it's not me. I would
My
never.
degenerate little sister.
funny.
Ashley's the one who got me involved in this shit. So
Yeah.
Did you used to do like the full like hookah things or like
no,
where it was?
I
like,
used to
big?
make so much fun of people who smoke
Yeah.
Juuls. I was like, you guys are idiots. You never smoked cigarettes, and now you're stuck on Juuls. You guys are so stupid. And then my stepsister was like, try it. And then I was like, oh, I'm in.
Yikes.
She was like, you can just use mine if you buy your own pods. And then I got home from Idaho, and I got my own Juul. The rest is history.
That's crazy. That's literally what the documentary basically says.
Yep.
How easy
Fuckers.
it is to
Like,
get
I'm one of those people I made fun of.
Yeah.
I
Happens to
never
the
smoke
best of
cigarettes
us.
or anything. That disgusts me.
Yeah.
So why am I doing this? I don't know.
Because they made it seem more appealing in that it was better for you than that.
Yeah.
So,
And it gives me something to do.
yeah. Do you have them, Britt?
yeah.
Or you want me to
Okay, I worked at a restaurant in DC, and the amount of
Move your
crazy
mic.
things I've seen is out of the world. We have these special booths where the doors can close for extra privacy or a more intimate dining experience. And one time we seen someone perform oral sex in the booth. Oh my god. Multiple coworkers experienced instances like this. We told our manager because it was so uncomfortable, and they stopped by the table to make sure everything was all right and nothing crazy was going on. And it was always either oral sex or someone getting fingered in the booth. It was super uncomfortable, and they never tip well. Shame. That is very shameful. At least tip well.
How do you not tip well after that? Yeah,
Yeah.
like you got off, and you're not gonna.
And why can't you just do that at home? I don't
Yeah, that's
understand.
insane.
People are fucking crazy.
Well, you're really
not at
asking
a
for
strip
that if you
club.
have like that privacy thing. Like,
Wasn't
what?
that just? I think that was in that book where with Anne Hathaway, where she's like dating the Harry Styles.
Mhm.
In the book, he fingers her at a restaurant.
I guess people get off like doing
Yeah.
it in public.
Yeah.
That's true. But I feel like there's like other ways to do that.
I was at Adam's Lounge, and I went outside, and this guy and girl was like crying about something, and he was fingering her on the patio, and I was like,
Jesus.
"What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Are you guys fucking serious right now? Like everyone can like you visibly saw me walk out here.
Oh my
I'm
god!
sitting here 2 feet away from you, and you're still gonna keep going, like whatever."
It's like that episode
Yeah.
of Sex in the City when Miranda's dating that guy, Will Forte.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
and he always wants to do it in
his
public.
parents walk in and he's like, keep going.
Yeah,
like
he's like
he like his thing is getting caught having
Yeah.
sex. And so he took her to his parents' house and had sex with her, and knowing that his parents were gonna come home.
Yeah.
Horrible. That is fully horrendous.
Yeah.
Can I read one, Britt?
Yeah.
I have one on my phone. In high school, I had a friend who worked at a large fast food chain who would regularly hook up with other employees and non-employees in the walk-in freezer during work hours and got away with it because he was dating the regional manager and was the general manager of that location. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what fast food chain, but they have sour cream on a lot of the menu items.
Taco Bell.
That's in the walk-in.
That's gross.
That is horrifying.
And non-employees.
Yeah, wait, why'd you bring the
customers?
non-employee into the walk-in?
I used to work as a manager at Ulta, and we constantly had parents, grandparents bringing in tiny children for products they had zero need for. I once had a 10-year-old girl ask me for help finding concealer for what under eye bags, girl. and once had a grandpa spend hundreds of dollars on drunk
grandpa?
elephant for a
Aw.
6-year-old, including products that are harsh for mature skin. Absolutely insane. These children should still be children, playing in dirt and whatnot, not spending crazy amounts of money on makeup and skincare that their baby faces do not need. And their elders should be paying more attention to what they are actually buying for these kitties, not just buying them whatever they see on TikTok and throw a hissy fit for. Really shows what social media is doing to the younger generation.
We were just talking about that because of like what brands are popular though.
Yeah.
Like we were saying like my mom only wore like Bare Minerals at first, and then it like started to switch. I'm like, oh, I would need an Urban Decay palette. I want this Drunk Elephant skincare because everybody else had
They're
it.
drawn to Drunk Elephant though because it's so colorful.
Yeah,
Like it's
I
still
love
like a
it.
child mentality.
Yeah,
But
I'm
also-
drawn to Drunk Elephant because it's so colorful.
They're like playing house. They're playing make believe with these makeup and skincare
Yeah.
products. The way that like we
Yeah.
would watch our moms be parents and then we'd play house with baby dolls or like with
Yeah.
Barbies or whatever.
Or the little
It's
Claire's
similar to
makeup
that.
kits and
yeah,
stuff.
or
It's
like
the same.
the fake. You'd get like this big, huge like eyeshadow palette, but it was like fake makeup for Christmas.
oh my
or
God,
whatever.
But I
the
guess
little
like
applicator
also
oil.
I'm sure maybe it goes
The
over their
oil,
head,
like
but
the-
like there is like probably such a lack of information about like why people use certain products. Like even as
Yes.
influencers, like, you know, I'm gonna use a Retin-A because I want to like prevent aging and like have more cell turnover and everything. Versus like maybe not all influencers are saying those things. So then like little girls are like, oh, she's using this
Oh yeah,
Retin-A product. Like I should be
Yeah.
using that, and like their little faces like can't take
Yeah,
that.
like, no.
Yeah.
that probably is.
Also,
true.
it's expensive as fuck for these kids to just be playing around.
Drunk
with.
Elephant's so
It's
expensive.
it's more too expensive for me.
I know,
I
too
don't buy
expensive.
Drunk
Yeah, I
Elephant.
don't
It's so
either.
expensive.
Yeah. This is more so customer service rather than service industry, but I work at the front desk at an art museum. I've had people get angry at me with a particular work of art is not on view and demand I go back and get it out for them. This has happened on multiple occasions. Can you imagine being like, I was here to see Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Go get me Van Gogh.
Yeah.
And how would they even know that? Like see it online or something?
Well, it's art museums are like exhibits, so they're like rotating. They like tend to rotate the art in like
Yeah.
museums and stuff.
This is not what I came for. Go get it.
I'd be like, go to a different fucking.
You're like,
museum.
that's like
Entitled-
way above my fucking pay grade,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
what?
I'm just
I'm
here
like,
to
I'm
sell
at the
you
front desk,
I mean,
bro.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah, I
just-
don't have
Hangs the
access.
paintings.
I can't even see the Van Gogh. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know why you're
what?
talking to me.
It's funny.
This girl said she got $1,000 tip one night in high school and cried.
Oh my God, that's
freaked out.
crazy. That's like, I'm going to college, mom and dad.
No, literally. I think I got like
In a high
150 one
school?
time.
Oh, I
Like,
got a $500 tip.
That's so
that's
sick.
amazing.
Because
Was it
he
like a
said-
big table or like a old
It's
guy?
so it's. I went to high school with his son, but he didn't know that. Whatever. But I was serving him and his family. He's rich as fuck, and it was during Christmas time, and he said, "Flip this quarter. If you get heads, I'll give you $100. If you get tails, I'll give you $500." And I flipped it. I got heads for 100. He goes, flipped it over and goes, "I'm still gonna give you $500." And then he tipped me $500, and then he goes, "We want one more round," and he tipped me another $200. So I got $700.
Oh
That
my
makes
God,
such
that's
a
And my
big
manager,
difference.
when he was doing my checkout, was like, "I need to see the receipt." I'm like, "Fuck you, bro!"
Oh,
Like, I'm not
no.
making this up. It was fun. I mean, yeah, but I made $900 that night.
Hell yeah, that's so
That's
cool.
so sick.
Oh
It
my
was the
gosh,
best
I would
story,
so
and I-
say.
700 of it was from one person.
Yeah, and I remember I told my boyfriend at the time. He goes, "Oh, what'd you do?"
Lexi's name dropping.
I know. Sorry.
You're
It's
gonna have a lot
hard.
of bleeping.
Yeah.
I told Beep.
But like I texted him and told him like I was so excited, and he's like, "Oh, what'd you do? Did you give him like a hand job under the table?"
Ew.
I'm like,
Yeah, right in front of everyone. I was like, hey, I'll be right there with you 1 second.
yeah, like, can't you be excited? Like
I
for
need to go
me?
change my tampon.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Brittany's going to bleed into my couch.
Oh, let's hope not.
Oh, can I have a drink break then?
Yeah.
Should we? Oh, I was gonna say a tip story about
yeah,
getting
say the
after
tip.
that. This guy one time he was like, "How much of a tip do you want?" And I was like,
Oh, I hate when people say that.
"What? Like, whatever you want to give me, sir. That's
20%.
It's so awkward.
Yeah, and he's like, "No, tell me how much, and I'll give it to you." And I was like, I don't like. You could pay me 20%, $100. I don't know. And he was like, 100. And I was like, sure. And then he like just gave me 100. And then I was like, damn, I probably should have said more.
That's
But
like
I'm
when
just
we're
here.
pitching like brands and they're like, okay. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh wait, actually.
yeah, actually, I meant
5,000.
4,000 more.
Yeah, that was too easy.
No, honestly, I feel like if people ask that, you should like just practice being like, well, I'm saving to buy a car, so 500 would be great. But if you could only do 100, that's fine too.
Yeah, no, that is great. That's some shit you would
What
say.
would Brittany do?
Yeah.
That's become like a
WWBD.
podcast thing that people ask.
WWBD.
That's words to live by. Like our listeners are like, what would Brittany do?
Yeah.
Even when I was talking about my solicitor, someone DM'd me and said, what would Brittany have done? Like she would have. And then I was like, oh, she actually just texted me and said she has a solicitor story. So she probably would have done the same thing as me. So
That's funny. Also, one time on Father's Day, we had like some deal going on or whatever, a Father's Day. And had a bunch of dads in. And I'm like walking and I dropped shit and it all fell. And I swear it was like a chorus of people saying, clean up on aisle 5. Like, because like so many dads said it at the
they were all dad jokes and they all got 5. Like they all said 5.
Yes, because I don't know if 5's like typical, if that's the normal saying.
Yeah,
but I was
that's
like,
weird. I have
wait,
no
what the fuck? Like,
Oh my
like
god.
literally at
the
least
dad
4 of them all
jokes.
said it at the same time.
That's funny.
That
People
is
are always
really
like,
good.
oh, I'm like,
Party foul.
party foul. Yeah,
My
I'm like,
friend that
shut
was a
up.
server used to tell other like yell it at restaurants like job opening.
Anyone need a job here?
That's so fucked. That's really fucked.
I thought that was funny. I was working at a server in Utah. I was going to school and living off tips. The owners paid me $2 an hour, so technically I had to work my ass off for tips. Anyway, one night the small business got packed. There were 2 servers, me included, and like 2 cooks. I was doing my best multitasking, getting shit done. At the end of the night, we sat and counted our tips on receipts and cash. One receipt for my service tipped 2 cents. And next to it, they wrote, "This is too much." I went to the bathroom and cried. LOL. After 8 hours of work, I ended up making like $90, and my coworker, a hot blonde with big booty, ended up making $250 with her highest tip being $20. Mine was like 8. I was happy for her because she was my friend, but went and questioned my life. Side note, I just immigrated from another country and had a thick accent and always worked hard. That's so shitty.
It is so true.
$90 on 8 hours.
Well, I used to have people who would, I've taken pictures of it where they'd write on the receipt like, "You were the best server ever."
give you
$2.
nothing, yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That's so. I don't know if you're going and then you don't have money and then they're trying to be nice.
I've had.
I just really think
guys
you,
say,
like-
call me with their phone number and tip me like
Literally
10%.
No, literally. I'm like, you think
Why
I'm
would
gonna
I
call you
call
and you
you?
barely tipped me?
What?
No.
You're crazy.
That's actually insane.
One
That has
time-
happened to me several times.
My youngest sister Logan went to like this local like Chinese restaurant for lunch with her friends like on a half day or something. They were in high school and they had absolutely no money, and they sat down, ate their food, and then didn't have money to tip them. And as they were leaving, the owner of the restaurant came out and yelled at her because they didn't tip them.
That is kind of crazy.
And like when she was telling us that story, you know, she was so traumatized, like, "Oh my God, don't go there." He yelled at me and I was like, "But you didn't tip them? You can't do that. You can't not tip them."
Well, it
But
is
you're
just
also
so
not allowed
wild
to run out
though.
and yell. I mean, I get.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, you can't do that.
But also like hearing like you've had people tip you 2 cents, like what? Like
Yeah, no, really.
yeah, you
Yeah,
cannot
and
do
then
that.
they write, "Could have been better. Forgot this. Bad service."
Those
Like,
it's
leave
like,
me alone, bro. You already didn't tip me. I got the memo.
You
I
have
don't
to
need your rude
realize that
words.
like I don't know if there's a study on this, but there's got to be like 20% of the population don't have empathy. Like people
This is
cannot
narcissist.
physically put themselves in your shoes. Like if I don't tip her, she's not going to be able to make like she's, you know,
Well, and also
people
it's
can't
odd.
think that way.
America's like one of the only countries that is tipping culture.
Yeah,
so,
so
it's
then people who
interesting
are
in
not
other
from this
places.
country who come here, they
I
don't
do
get
think
it.
that there's got to be something though that like it's probably negative that there is so much tipping culture now
I
for
think
like
it is.
Wait, what is
servers
the
specifically.
minimum? What is the like minimum server
Wage.
salary now? Because it's below.
I think
normal
it's
minimum
like
wage.
11.
Oh, that's I think it was 7. When I
But still, because so
But I
much of
get
her money is
$0
going to
paychecks.
taxes because
yeah. No, they're like
the money
shittiest
that she's
paychecks.
being tipped, they're having to take that off of her paycheck
Yeah, yeah.
because it's going to taxes.
When
Yeah.
I was in Idaho, we got paid $3.25.
Yeah.
But like,
But I still
think,
get like $90 paychecks.
but I think it's made people like more
The
numb to like
taxes.
server, like where the service and the server like restaurants and stuff. They haven't really changed like in terms of like they don't pay you a lot like base salary. Like everything is still tips.
Yeah.
But there's like I don't know for sure, but like Starbucks, for example, like they get paid like a normal wage, and then the tips are just like a nice little bonus for them.
Yeah.
And there's so many, I think, jobs right now that are like that, where it's like it's a nice little like cherry on top if they can get it, but it's
They're
become
already getting the
so
minimum.
like common, and people are just kind of now like numb to it. Like fuck you, I don't really want to tip. Like
I mean, it's like
everybody
the
has
biggest
to
meme
tip,
of
but it's like
flipping over
no,
the
still
iPad
for like
after
a
petting your dog or anything.
like a restaurant, like that's what they rely on. So it's
It
kind
would
of
be
like,
so nice if you had a really good server and your tip was just like a bonus on top, like how Starbucks is just like a cherry on
like it
top
would
type of thing.
be-
Like, you know, your server is getting taken care of, and if you give them $10 on top of your bill, like
That's all.
that's just like
Well,
because they did
what do
such
you
a good
think-
job.
what
And
do you think of the restaurants that are now doing like they like automatically include like 18 to 20%, and it's like at the bottom it's like for like healthcare, and like it's for like tips, or I guess actually there's two different ones. There's one that's like tips and everything. It's just like
Well,
automatic.
Lexi doesn't
18
get
to 20.
healthcare, so
But there are some that it's like a 5% add-on to every single bill.
I think a lot of
That-
that goes to like back of the house usually, or even the fucking restaurant in general,
Yeah.
and like the actual
And
servers
if
don't
I have a
see
party of over 8
penny.
people, I can automatically add 18% gratuity,
Hey.
but only 18%. So it's like, you
So
know,
if
I
they
have
would
to
see
gauge, like,
that-
are they good people? Like, if I add the 18%, they're just going to
Oh,
say
could it be more?
0 and not tip on top of it, when really they would tip 20%. So, you know, it's like, if I know they're being assholes, I'll put the 18% on.
Yeah.
Because what if I get less?
And my family, it's always been like, if it's a good,
I've taught my family that it's 20% no matter.
right, because
20% even if it's horrible service.
people, you worked in
but
restaurants.
like even
your
before that,
sister
like when I
worked in
was little, I
restaurants.
mean, like growing up, like my dad would.
I
we would
think
always tip at
now
least
we're
20%.
so much more aware. Like, oh, like we'll even ask Lexi, like, oh, what should we do in that? Like,
Oh, my
because,
dad worked at a restaurant
for
too in high
example,
school. He was a
like
cook.
Postino, if you go to their like board and bottle night, you get a whole board and a bottle of wine for $25, which would normally be probably $50. So then it's like, okay, do we tip them based on the discount or do we tip them based on what it would normally be? But like also they didn't do any extra work. Because so like we're always like, Lexi, what do we do in this circumstance? Like I don't
Or,
know.
like, to
Tip them a
go
little,
orders.
like 25%.
Do you have to do the work for to-go orders or
No.
Okay.
Hostesses,
That's
right?
We had it of bartenders had to do to-go orders, and then like or hostesses, it'd be like split. But that was the thing always is most people don't tip on to-go orders, and then
No,
like
never.
sometimes it'd be
Well,
like
because like
large.
you're tipping your fucking dasher who's picking up the fucking
but
order
then
for
it'd
you.
also be like doctor's offices of like a 30-person order where we're
Yes.
having to check and make like a
oh,
lot
you know
of
that's
work
a drug
into
rep
it.
making that order.
Probably
That's my mom making that order.
Oh yeah, like
Probably.
when someone comes and sits in my section and goes, "I just want to get food to go," and then doesn't tip me, it's like that's on my sales. So now
They
I'm
sit
tipping
down?
out for those sales.
That's
And you
weird.
tip
Why are
me
they taking
zero.
at the
Wait,
table for a
that's a-
to-go order?
Explain that.
So like they'll be like, you know, they'll get one beer or something and be like,
Or just
"Hey,
explain
I want
like
to have a
explain
beer."
your tipping out. Like it doesn't all go to you.
No.
Yeah. So once my sales, what my sales are, it's a percentage of no
sales.
matter what sales I make are tipped out to my bussers, expos, and bartender.
No matter
What I
tip.
get tipped.
No
So
matter what.
if someone tips me 0, I'm technically paying for them to eat there.
because you're
Because
having
I'm
to
tipping out
give-
on my sales.
You're having to pay.
The bussers and yes,
Yeah.
based on my sales, not on my tips.
Okay,
did not
people
know
need
that.
to realize that. Like,
Yeah.
you need to be tipping.
A lot of restaurants also have joint tips where they pool everything
yeah, fuck
together and
that.
split it, and that
is
sucks.
bullshit.
Like, I would be so pissed.
That's how
honestly.
Postino is.
But a lot of
They
them
all
are
just
shitty
pool.
servers
Yeah, I
because then
can't
they're like,
imagine
"Oh, I'm
if
just
I
gonna
had a-
take all the other people's money."
Yeah.
At Cold Beers, I literally run around half these girls. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
doing everything. I run all their drinks, all their food. They don't even say, "Oh, did you run my drink? Thank you." No, they just expect it to be done. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I keep saying I'm not going to do it anymore, but
I know.
I want my manager to see me that, like, you know, it's all
Exactly.
hands
It looks
in,
better for
teamwork.
you.
Well, you're still getting like the gratification, like you're
And
benefiting
yeah, I'm
from
not sharing
it.
tips with them, so it's fine. But also, like, if I did have to share tips with them, I'd be like,
But then it is also you're helping them out because you dropped that drink 5 minutes earlier than they would have, and their table's gonna
and
tip
then maybe
them more.
they get a better tip.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think this episode is gonna make the whole world tip more. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
The whole
the
world.
whole world is
But
gonna go
yeah.
viral."
It
The
is
whole world
crazy
listens
that
to our
people don't
podcast.
understand when you don't tip, the server ends up
Paying for
having
your
to
food.
pay for it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if your bill's $100, that's $100 in my sales. I'm tipping out probably $15 to $20 of that, and you didn't tip me at all.
Yeah,
That's
So you're
20
having
bucks out of
to-
my own money.
like not money that you don't even have.
Yeah.
And you're not getting any money on your paycheck because
Yeah.
it's going to fucking taxes, the
Taxes, yeah.
government, Donald Trump,
Yeah.
and so you're having to like reach into your savings account and be like, here you go. Like I was gonna try to buy a new car because mine is about to break down, but here you go. Like you,
Yeah, my sales will be 2,200, and I'll make maybe 250,
Yeah.
300 when I should be making 450.
Yeah.
If you think 20% of 2,200,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how it was for you.
and I'm still walking out with nothing. You know, not nothing. It's still great, but like for my
That
sales to be
is, like,
2,200, I'm
how-
working my ass
Have
off.
you-
that is how I get a brand deal, right? And I
Yes.
get $2,000, let's say, to post on Instagram. I'm getting my time, whatever.
killing me.
I'm putting my time into this. I'm
Yeah.
reaching out to my followers, whatever. But then Brittany comes in. She needs 20%.
She takes that
And
20%.
then Donald Trump comes in. He needs 40%. So then I'm actually only getting like $800. I can barely pay for Willow's food subscription. Like she's got
Okay, you're not only getting $2,000 deals
But-
though, so
But I do think it's like
so I
interesting.
have a $100,000 deal. Brittany's getting $20,000 of it, and then the
Fuck
government's
yeah.
getting $40,000 of it.
she got the deal for you though. How much do you owe in your
I'm paying
taxes?
for Brittany's kitchen renovation.
Thanks, Deb.
Willow's getting stressed.
It's like my mom's
inching
out of
closer to me.
control.
But no, it's like it's
part of
going
it though
to-
is I think similar in some senses, just because like whether you get $2,000 or you get $10,000, you're still kind of putting in the same amount of work. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Oh yeah,
So-
that was all a joke. I would give Brittany all of my money to be able to not do what she's doing for me.
oh, I know, not me, but just I'm saying like that.
Do you see Kris
there's
Jenner?
a lot
She's
of
rich
like
as fuck.
you're still doing so much work for that $2,000 deal.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But so are you.
Yeah.
You were doing that work to get
she's
her
doing
that.
the work that I'm bad at that I don't want to do. I cannot answer a
That's
fucking
why
email.
I tip out my bussers, hosts, and
Right,
bartenders because
exactly.
I cannot do it by myself.
Yeah.
I need their help to
Yeah.
carry me along, even though
Yeah.
I'm the one pulling the most weight. But like,
Yeah.
there's no way I could do it without
Without their
them.
help.
Yeah.
So
I
I,
would
don't
feel
feel
bad.
bad tipping them. They deserve the money I'm giving them.
Yeah.
Going back to Kris Jenner though, have you seen the most recent season?
Yeah.
Where she's like pitching herself to like Kim's people.
No,
Why are you
I don't
talking
like
to my
these
agent?
people anymore. She's like, I'll do it.
Kim's like, why are you
That's so
talking to my
funny.
agent
Yeah,
right
why?
now?
What are you talking to
the
my
fuck?
agent for? And she's like trying to swing deals and like, and like Kim's like, I've seen your Amazon Live stuff or whatever.
Oh, that's so funny.
Kris is the
She's like,
big
give
guy.
me your
Brittany to be my Kris
10%
Jenner
plus,
so bad.
plus
She
do
is.
more.
But I want to be on Kim and Chris's level. Like I want to be like,
I love
One
that.
day.
I
Yeah.
would love that.
I would feel bad a lot of times for the cooks, like when they'd make comments a lot of time, like, "Oh, it's so nice that you guys get all these tips, and like we're making minimum wage, basically, and like low key they are
Yeah,
working
because the
so
fans going
hard."
that way. Could we just do a little less right now?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I feel my lungs constricting.
oh my god.
I hate myself.
Brittany, you're making our guests feel bad. Like
It's okay.
just
It's saving
inhale
her a
the
few
fucking
lungs.
chemicals, okay?
A few lungs.
Fuel alveoli.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, when the cooks, my GM said one time, he goes, no matter how busy you guys are, the cooks are just as busy, and you guys
Yeah.
are making way more money than they are. They are on like they make a flat rate. So
But
do
they're
not
getting
come
tipped
back
out,
here and be
right?
disrespectful. No, the
No,
cooks
not
don't.
the cook.
Oh.
So that's like
Oh.
why I
Don't
say
come
shit.
back here and be disrespectful to them
Wait,
because
who
they're
all
only
gets tipped
The
making
off?
bartenders, the runners.
the expo,
and-
the
and
bartender.
And is that
What
what
is
Nick is doing
Expo?
right now? Cook
He's
cook?
Who
prep.
brings the food
He
and
does
checks
it.
that it's right. So like you get an order
okay.
and it pops up. It's like
Okay.
cheeseburger, no tomato. They check and make sure that it has no
And they
tomato
put
and
all
that
the
it's good to
sides
go.
on there, like fried, you know.
Richie from Bear.
What?
But the
Is it
cooks.
Richie from Bear?
I can't.
Richie from Bear.
I didn't watch that.
Oh yeah,
You guys didn't watch? Oh yeah, you
I love
Richie.
him.
Yeah, I didn't watch.
Did
Love
you
story.
watch? Did you watch The Bear?
Just the first season.
What did you think?
I liked it, but it stressed me the fuck out.
The next season's probably
Is
would
it
stress you out
realistic
even
though?
more.
Yeah.
But at Cold Beers, you don't have like a head chef that's
Yeah.
like creating the recipes or anything like that. But you still have the kitchen and you
yeah.
have like the behind and door and like
And
the
we have
lingo
the,
and stuff.
Kitchen manager.
Yeah, which is kind of like what Jeremy Allen White is.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
a way. Or like,
And we have our
what's her
chef
name?
Rob, who is like regional, who created the whole menu. But he's
Oh,
an
he's
alcoholic
regional?
and he doesn't. Every time he comes in, we give him a double Tito's cranberry. He sucks it down in 2 seconds. And he just
God
sits there and goes,
Did he invent the peanut butter jelly?
yes. Yep. He made the
burger?
whole menu.
Wait, did it start in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
It's the one thing we got going for us. I remember we were talking a
not
few
know
episodes
that.
back about the gala.
Yes.
I remember I went to this gala with my mom. It was, oh my God, it must have been 10 years ago if you worked at Cold Beers for 8 years.
It'll be 8 years in
And
September.
they had like food vendors at this gala. And my mom was like, oh, we need to go try, there's Cold Beers and Cheeseburgers here. It's a really cool new restaurant and they have really good burgers. And
Oh
it was
my
at this
God.
gala.
Cool.
But it was before Lexi worked there or anything.
Whoa, that's
But
so
it was like
interesting.
the first location was in Scottsdale and like,
So now
Oh,
it's the same,
fun.
like when so this regional person makes new items, but then it goes to all the locations.
Yeah.
Do you think that it would be really fun as like in like fine dining to get like
no.
well they're all the menu's like new every week, you know?
That would be
it's
horrible to be a
so-
server with a new
yeah,
menu every fucking.
Oh, it would be horrible.
With the food.
They have to
you
be
get
so
taste it.
formal.
True.
Like the way, like when you go to a nice restaurant and they like put the napkin on your
Oh
lap.
yeah, now I'm not doing that
and
shit.
they like have to
I
like,
love
have
that.
your little yeah, you love I mean obviously as the customer you like it, but
Yeah.
like as the server it's
Even
a
just
lot
like
of
opening
work.
bottles of wine, you can't set
Yeah,
it
and you have
down
to, like,
whatsoever.
let
You
them
have to
taste
hold
it
it
first
You
and like
have to
yeah, you have
taste
to put
it.
it on your arm.
Oh yeah, at
with,
Cold
like-
Beers, I'm like, oh, spilling beer. I'm like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was
care.
gonna ask you, one of my friends, she lives in California now, and she works at like a hotel restaurant where she makes fucking bank, like literally has $600,000-$700,000 nights, and I'm like, literally all in Willow's face.
I know. My poor dog.
But I'm like, holy
You're
shit,
not
that's
dying.
I'm
so
not doing it anymore.
that's so crazy. Like to me, that's like that's 6 times what I would make.
Yeah.
She's making every single night. That's like that's a
How
full
much
career.
does she make?
Like 600 to 1,000. Like
A night?
sometimes even more than that on weekends.
40% of that is going to taxes.
Yeah,
And
it's
also,
true.
she has to work so much harder. Like, Lexi gets to go into her job, and it's like, it's fun. It's like going to the playground when you're a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
yeah.
it's worth it. You
I
would
get my
rather
ass
get
kicked,
paid
but-
less money to enjoy your job than to
Yes.
have to, like, wear a tie
Oh,
and a
hell no.
button
Yeah.
up and, like, you
Does
know,
she like it, though?
Even at, like,
Yeah.
Olive Garden, it's like you look at the servers at Olive Garden who have to be much more. They have to carry trays
Oh, yeah.
and put out the things.
Do trays. I could have
No.
2 trays.
And like I can carry a tray now, but I can't. I have to set it down on the table first before I.
Should we see how many
Fine
cups you can hold
dining.
in your hand?
Oh yeah, I cannot hold it more. No, I can't.
You're
Can you
better
do
than
4
me.
I
or
could do
3?
4.
Should
I
I
can
go-
do 3. Yeah.
What is your uniform?
I just wear leggings and a cute tank top.
You could wear leggings.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
And
had
we
a
just have a
fucking-
bunch of different tank tops, all different colors. I mean, one that I hate wearing is "Show me your tips," because
Oh, I don't
everyone
like that.
stops me and like goes, "What? What does that say?" And I'm like, "Ah."
That's
But it's
so
one that fits
funny.
me the best, so I love to wear it.
All right.
He has big hands.
But I still do it. No, hell no.
Do people carry more than 3 on a hand?
Stretch your pinky out. There you go.
Yeah, but could you imagine if you were full?
Yeah, no.
Right.
You're good with 3.
And then this in your other hand.
No.
Woo!
That one right there is going.
Nothing in the mic.
Sorry.
No, it's her. It's not you.
What?
No, I know, it was perfect. Ours was fucking, we had to wear jeans. We could not wear shorts whatsoever. And then it was like a long sleeve button up, like like country cowboy
Yeah.
shirt almost. Oh, so
Oh, I can wear
hate
my
it.
Lulu biker shorts.
Oh my god, amazing.
I
She
wear
has to wear bright orange booty shorts and
She
a
just says
Hooters
worked out
tank
Hooters
top.
all the time. Have you ever gotten a bad Yelp review? Or
From
like, do you
my
have any Yelp
boyfriend?
review stories?
But besides my boyfriend.
Besides
ex-boyfriend.
that one,
No, my name has never been mentioned on Yelp.
do you guys
But
know what the
then-
actual minimum wage is of Arizona currently?
I think it's like 14.
I'll look.
But my
Because
paychecks
that's just
are
so
always
interesting.
0.
The difference to me. Like, oh, we can legally pay you less.
$14.70 an hour is the minimum wage effective January 1st.
Okay, so
That's
that's
crazy to
$3
me. Can
more.
you imagine making $14 an hour? Like,
Mm-mm.
I heard we're not getting taxed on tips anymore.
so that should make a difference.
That would
in
be
your next
crazy, but then I
taxes.
wonder if then it will. Oh wait, no.
But then why
If
am I
there's no
still getting
taxes.
$0 paychecks?
Yeah, I wonder if then they would
Because
just
he's really
change.
busy just tanking the economy.
Yeah.
He's
right now.
busy renaming things.
If once he's like fully fucked the stock market, then he might come
Once
for
he-
you.
yeah.
But I
fucks
think he
the
actually
stock
cares
market and
about.
then buys
I think he
everything.
cares about deporting more people
Yeah.
first, actually, before
probably.
taking care of you.
Taking care of tips. Okay, I have
sure.
one
I
more
think it's
story
a
about a Yelp review, and then I'm done.
Okay.
Okay.
Devin's going to have fun editing this episode.
No, literally.
It's fine.
She's gonna be like, "What was I on?"
So I got a review that so we had like a patio, and sometimes there wouldn't be like a whole patio section if there's just a few people there. So sometimes you forget somebody's on the patio.
100%, yeah.
But I am good about it most of the time. So I see there's this Yelp review, and they like call me in to talk about it, of this woman who said that she like didn't get her food for so long, and then like nobody came to her, and she was my table. And I was like, I don't even remember that. Like that doesn't sound real. Like I was so confused. And they went back and watched the footage, like because we had security cameras. And I literally give the woman her food like right away. And then she's reading a book. Literally, it was for 25
Was she by
minutes.
herself?
By herself, eating by herself like at lunch. She read her book for 25 minutes and then ate it. Oh, she said the food was cold in the review.
But it was 25
It was
minutes. before she
25
ate it.
minutes. So
That'd
my
be so
bosses
funny
were like
if you could
totally fine.
answer a Yelp review.
I know with a
the
video.
video.
Be like, if you want to watch this entire, here's the YouTube link.
Yeah, I think that the owners did reply and was like we know that it was taken care of, but like they would definitely call people out on Yelp reviews because people
I
would
love
lie
that.
all the time.
Yeah. You have to.
For sure.
That's insane.
No, I forgot to put in a whole 6 tops order because I was like kind of still drunk and hungover. Forgot about it. And then noticed they were still sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God. Didn't write it down. Didn't know. So I was just writing random shit to them. And they go, we didn't order this. Oh, no. It was the worst.
That's
oh my God. I
horrible.
wanted to run out and just quit and like get in my car and leave. I finally figured it out. But they went up to my manager and said, this is the worst service we've ever had.
No.
And my manager called me in his office later and he goes, you're not in trouble. I just want to make sure you're okay. I know you haven't been feeling well
Aw.
lately.
That's nice.
Like, cause he like we're friends and he like knows I'm a great server, but he was like, and I was like, no, I totally fucked up.
that happened
Like,
to my best
I am
friend
so
Aaron.
sorry.
He was
I
like,
cannot believe I did that.
he's like, I lost the ticket. I didn't put in their food. It was a 6 top. He's like, I lost it. I don't know what the fuck to do.
'Cause you don't wanna go up
he
and
was
be
like,
like,
you
"Hey."
have to go up to them. So I went up to his table
We
and I
do
was like,
that.
we actually had our system fully failed and we lost your order. Like,
Yes.
can I retake your order now? And then like I put it
Yeah,
in.
I was in the morning. I was all by myself, the only server. So it was like
my
I didn't even know what to
God.
do. Like it's been 30 minutes now.
Well,
yeah.
your manager should go do it then.
I didn't want to tell him I fucked
Yeah,
up.
you don't want them to know, but then they end up.
So I
knowing
knew
anyway.
some of the stuff,
Yeah.
but then I was like guessing, and they're like, "That's not what we ordered." And I was like, "Okay, so what else are we missing?" And they're like, "This." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's coming right now." I run back there. I'm like, "Fucking get this out right now," you know, all this stuff. And they're like, "Oh my God," they're just like rolling their
Yeah.
eyes at me.
Do you have bitches where you walk up to like say hi and they're like Diet Coke?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like, don't
Hi,
even
how
say
are you?
anything.
Yeah, I'll take an iced tea, extra ice, no lemon. Okay, cool.
Cool.
I'll go
Bye.
fuck myself.
I
Thank you.
guess we're just doing this.
Literally.
We're ready to order. Well, I'm not ready to take your order. I'm glad
Well,
you
I'm
guys
not.
are. And then the other people are like, "What? No, we don't know what we want." I'm like,
That's so funny. Yeah,
I
I
wanted
feel
to
like
show you guys this video. I don't know
we could add a video. Devin doesn't like that.
if
No,
so. This
fuck
girl
this.
catches her man cheating,
Oh my God.
and she pulls the mistress hair.
Does this on Cold Beers?
Yeah.
Because
me
Maggie
see.
has a video of herself falling and breaking all the shit she's
Hey,
carrying.
dude.
So
I
this
spilled a
girl,
gallon of water
her
on top.
I'm
husband
gonna have to
is
add this shit on.
on a date with his mistress at Cold Beers. The wife
Oh
comes
my
up through the
God.
back on the patio, press play, and she comes up and yanks the woman's hair.
Oh.
That's so bad.
Oh,
She came through the back door, and came, like, he didn't even know she was coming.
What happened
That's
next?
funny.
Oh, it was a huge fucking ordeal. We had to call the cops, and because she wouldn't leave, and she's like, "My husband's cheating on me," and we're like, "We understand, but you cannot do that.
we understand, but you
And
can't be
you
doing that.
have to
We're
leave."
here with
and she
you.
wouldn't leave, so then she would just sit in the parking lot, like screaming at him. And
Oh my!
this has happened
God.
over 5 times at Cold Beers with guys with their mistresses.
What?
So
One
like
time
the
they're at
place
the
to bring
bar,
him?
and this lady, the wife comes in, and he's like kissing the other girl, and she goes, "Hey," and we're all like staring.
Oh
and he goes,
my God.
"What are you doing here?" She goes, "Either you fucking leave with me, or I'm leaving you." And he said, "Fucking leave." And she started screaming at the girl, and we had to ask her to leave. It was insane. I'm like, "Why do you take your mistresses to Cold Beers?
Yeah, that's
Must be the hot spot.
It's really not a great."
Maybe because they think their wife would never
go to Cold
go,
Beers.
or a place where they could say they were with
And what's
other
funny
guys.
is that time I was sitting outside smoking my Juul
My battery's gonna die.
in the back parking lot, and I saw
Okay,
this
close
lady walking up, like with, ready to go, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is kind of weird."
Yeah.
And then I walk back in and go through the kitchen, and I see her. I'm like, makes sense. I knew she
Oh
had
my
some
God.
intent in her fucking walk.
She
she
was
was
going
ready
somewhere.
to go. She was
She was on
fired
a
up.
mission.
That's so funny. We should get more submissions,
Yeah.
and let it actually have time. It'd be fun to get phone calls on this for sure.
We actually did have time, and we did ask for phone calls, and nobody called.
Well, we posted today, so
It's true.
I was wondering that. I saw it 3 hours ago. Devin posted. I was like, what the fuck? She's just now posting this
Said we
3
did
hours
have
before
time.
our podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? That's why when I came in, I was like, did you guys get submissions or what?
We'll run it back again.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lexi, for
Hopefully
being
I'll be
here.
back.
You will be. It was so fun.
We want to come to Carl's back. Oh, you have to watch Willow.
Too bad.
That would be so fun.
She's like, yeah.
She'd sleep in the bunk bed with Maggie.
No, she'd
Yeah.
sleep in the fucking whoever's sleeping in the king bedroom is
That's
Lexi's
a
getting her.
single bed.
No, it's not.
It's for starfishing.
Single for me. I take up the whole thing.
To be fair, I'm also the only one who's never slept on an actual bed this entire trip.
Bitch, you want to tell me my koala $1,000 couch is on an actual
Okay,
bed?
thanks for listening. We love you. See
Bye,
you
guys.
next
It's
week.
been a pleasure.
Bye.
Love you so much.
Love
Leave us
you
a rate
guys.
and review wherever you listen to podcasts. If you'd like to watch this craziness on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Patreon so you can get all the bonus episodes. Leave us a rate and review wherever you listen to podcasts. We love you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.